Hello and welcome to Crime Writers, just one of our brand new short, unique entertainment programmes here on Legal TV. I'm Raychel Harvey Jones, and in the studio with me today is Pauline Rowson. Pauline has written several crime novels in addition to several marketing, self-help and motivational books. But today we will be discussing In for the Kill. Pauline, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed reading In for the Kill. In fact, my producer, who's swanning off on holiday next week, the lovely Nina, she said, right, pick a book out of all the ones that you've read so far. And I said, you've got to read In for the Kill, because it's just so multi-layered. Before we go into the book, before we delve in and give too much away, tell us a little bit about how you started writing, in particular, how you started writing crime novels.
Well, I've been writing for about 18 years, and strangely enough, I started by writing sagas, historical sagas, and I have no idea why I chose that particular genre, but I thought, well, you've got to start somewhere.
Yes.
And I got nowhere with them, and I realise that now that they were so awful that nobody was going to be interested in them anyway. But then I thought, what am I writing sagas for when my first love is actually crime, not committing it, but reading it.
You know, if we could just reiterate that.
I really enjoy, I'm an avid crime and thriller reader, and I thought that I'm writing the wrong genre, so I switched to writing crime, and I started with a detective novel featuring a guy called Andy Horton, and I won a competition with it, and that really reinforced to me that I was writing the right thing by then.
Yes.
So that's what made me sort of get into writing crime. But I should have done it to begin with, but you know, you learn, you practice, and you develop your skill as you go along.
Yes, very often you steer away from the things you actually enjoy, because you think you might sort of take ideas from what you've already read. This particular book is sort of based, well, around this, is it fair to say around the Solent it is, really?
It is, yes. I mean, they're called, my books are sort of marketed as marine mysteries because they're all set around the south coast of England and the Solent area in particular, which is a very exciting area. It's very visual, and there's a lot going on down there.
Yes,
and of course it's very beautiful as well.
It is beautiful.
So, and it's where I live and it's what I know, so I thought, why not?
Absolutely. Well, when I started reading the book, the first thing, of course, you come across little things that you identify with, like the Isle of Wight, and my one passion, which I've just revealed, is I desperately want to live on a boat. So if anybody's got a spare houseboat that they'd like, and I live on the marina in Brighton, so I love the water, I love the sound of boats. If only I could afford one. And I fell in love with Alex. I fell in love with his character. I don't know why. It's quite a complex. I think pity really sort of made me fall in love with his character. Do you sort of have people in your lives that remind you of the characters that go into your books?
The inspiration for Alex came when my husband and I were actually on the Isle of Wight. We go there quite frequently, and we were driving through Newport, and on the left-hand side is the hospital and on the right is the prison. And I just sort of looked across the road and I just thought, what if this guy is just coming out of prison today after serving a sentence for something he didn't do? Who is he? What happened to him? And it was very strong, and I could actually see Alex from that moment. And I think that's when he developed from there, was this is a guy who'd been put away for something he hadn't done, a quite complex case, and he'd lost everything. What was he now going to do with his life?
It's funny because when you get to the end of the book, you kind of go, oh yes, I should have known that from the beginning, really, because it's so obvious. But it's not obvious at all. And I kept changing my mind as to who was who before the end of the book, and that's what kept me enthralled. And I don't read crime novels, so to absolutely be hooked on this, I was so excited to finally get you into the studio, because it was such a brilliant read. Now, for our viewers, if you could sort of sum up this novel, what little hints would you give us?
I would sum it up, I mean, as a thriller, obviously, and hopefully a thriller that gets people turning the pages. But really, it's a quest story. As I said, it is about Alex saying, you know, why did this man frame me? Who is this man who framed me? And Alex has lost everything. He's lost his wife,
Absolutely.
his family, his job, his career, and his mother died while he was in prison. And he really sets out on the road to revenge, finding the man who framed him and seeking revenge.
Against all odds.
Against all odds. And because it was a computer crime as well, he has a phobia about using mobile phones and computers, and he doesn't want that to ruin his life.
That's
so it's quite challenging to put that into a modern novel.
Well, that's the great thing about it. It is a modern novel because, you know, you talk a lot about his computer phobia, and that kind of brings the whole thing very up to date. Now, as you know, we have this little ritual that we go through where we ask our authors to sign their books and place it on our very distinguished bookshelf, which is actually getting quite full now, I have to say.
Well, I'd be honoured.
Now, I know a little later in the series we'll be talking about your up-and-coming book, which is called
Deadly Waters.
Deadly Waters. So watch out for that here on Crime Writers. If you could place that onto our bookshelf for us. Thank you so much. We've been talking to Pauline Rowson. We've been looking at In for the Kill. If you're looking for an absolutely great read and you're talking to someone here who is not up to now a fan of crime novels, then In for the Kill is definitely one for you. Thanks again for your company.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now watch out in Crime Writers as we will be talking about Deadly Waters, which is the up-and-coming novel from Pauline Rowson. Until next time, it's bye-bye from us. Thank you.